Hi. Come in. How are you? Good. I'm well, thank you. Yeah. It's been quite busy today, yeah. But I knew you were coming in, so. We're taking off the ends, aren't we? Nice and simple. And you're not booked in for a styling or anything, it really is just taking the ends off. So what's new with you? No. So what happened then? Right. Wow. Well, you dealt with that in a much better way than I would have done. Yeah. I'm just going to brush your hair out. So with me, I don't know if I've told you this before, but I'm actually writing a book. Well, I started writing a book. I got about 50,000 words in, and then I kind of read it over and I thought, I actually hate the entire plot of this. So I scrapped it and I started again, and now I'm about 40,000 words into my new one. Yeah. Oh, so what I do is every evening when I come home from work, I'll literally just open my laptop and work for hours, just typing away. But I have this problem where I know where the ending is going to go, and I do want to continue it, but I get to a certain point in the book, or a certain point of writing, I should say, and I start reading from the beginning and then I start doing editing, and I know I should probably write the whole thing and then edit it. And at the moment, every time I open it back up, I go back to chapter 1 and start editing what I've already edited. Yeah. I mean, you can only get to a certain point of editing where it's like, what are you even changing? You're adding a bigger word in that makes you sound smarter or something, but So that's really what I've been doing at the moment. It's just a lot of writing, and I've been staying up quite late. Like, I'll stay up till 2 a.m. and even when I close my laptop and I try to go to sleep, I then find I really struggle to fall asleep. Okay, I'll just run the comb through as well. So it is kind of a romance. It's like a slow burn romance, but it does have quite a bit of violence in it. It's not like a typical smart romance book. It's quite psychological. Yeah. I'm not really even sure how I go about publishing it, to be honest. I definitely do want to publish it, yeah. But it's one of those things, even if I didn't, I would still be happy with the fact that I know that I've completed a whole book. it's something that I've just always wanted to do, and I think it shows quite a lot of determination. So it'll probably be about 80,000 words in total, so yeah, halfway at the moment. I do have an idea in mind of what I want to call it. I can't tell you that though. It's a secret for now, because if I change the name, then yeah. I also need to, again, if I did publish it, which I really do want to do, I'd probably just go through Amazon or something, find it that way, but I need to find someone to make like cover art, because I don't want to use AI. Okay. Right, I will just clip your hair into sections and then we'll get to cutting. Sorry if I'm talking about myself so much. It's just one of those things I'm really excited for, that I'm actually doing it, and I am going to complete it. Yeah. These clips aren't very good, they're so flimsy that they don't hopefully hold the hair, so sorry about that. Okay. So just the ends. Okay. So that thing you were telling me about, how did that even start? I need to fill my water bottle up, do excuse me. Okay. Oh, so it was really out, yeah, quite out of the blue. Oh, it's always such a shame when things like that happen. Yeah. Are you someone that kind of harbours onto those feelings, or are you someone that lets it go? Yeah. No, I'm exactly. Oh yeah, I understand that. I'm definitely someone that when things happen, I do feel upset, but I definitely choose to not allow that to take over me. Yeah. I've had to, with therapy and stuff, those kinds of things can be really beneficial for any kind of situation really, but I had to make a decision that I could either harbour on everything from my past and things that I'd lived through and experienced, and been treated in ways that I didn't deserve to be, or I could forgive myself for living through that and live my life, because I'm not going to give any more of my time or feeling to people that didn't care about my time or feelings, Yeah, I don't mean to get philosophical on you. I know lots of people like going to the hairdressers, and it kind of is like a mini therapy session, just talking about things like that. But yeah, just try to forgive yourself. And also, I'm not saying you have to do this. I chose to forgive the people that had wronged me in some way. Not that I'm not a victim in any way. I've done things wrong, but I chose to forgive the people that had wronged me, just for peace of mind. Doesn't mean that I have to be their friend. Doesn't mean that I ever have to talk to them again, but it freed them from my mind straight away. We are all human. We are all living with needs as complex as anyone else around us, but I think it's quite easy to forget that when you are going through anything yourself. And I think now I try to live in a way, may not be entirely healthy, I will be honest, but I do choose to live with a huge amount of empathy. And I do understand that everybody has troubles. I don't know what it is, but people seem to, if I sit down and have a conversation with somebody, they do like to kind of confess, not sins, but any vices that are going on in their life. Yeah. And that I feel that kind of stems from, as I notice really small details about things or people, and as soon as you point that small detail out, they think, somebody sees me, somebody can see me, and then they just start. Those kind of things can be a little, depending on how you can manage those things, you could see someone else's troubles as a bit of an emotional burden, and you could feel weighed down by their problems, but it's not on your shoulders, it's on theirs, and they're just trying to lift some of that heaviness that they're carrying around with them, and you just have to appreciate that they may not be asking you to fix things. Just saying the words is lifting that huge weight. Yeah, when I was going through some things, I often found that was somebody that I didn't really talk about what was going on in my life or how I felt. And I assumed that people would understand that although I was pulling away from people and kind of isolating myself in a way, it was more that I was, without words, calling out for somebody to just sit with me, because often or not people don't want to talk about things. That's not unusual. People do like to just stay quiet and hide what's going on in their lives. So I was desperate for somebody to just sit in quiet with me. You know, we didn't need to talk. Just having another body in the room with me, so I knew that I felt safe and comfortable. And if I did want to talk about something, it was there. There is this saying, and I always like to, I'm quite good at judging without having to ask, but when I was first kind of really trying to understand everyone else around me, I would ask, are you looking for comfort or advice? Comfort or advice. Sorry, can't get the words out. And there's a big difference between the two, because yeah, not everybody is looking for those problems to be solved. So that was a very, very long-winded way of saying I understand your situation. If you need anybody to offload to, I am here. Yeah, it can be quite exhausting carrying those kinds of things around with you all the time. Especially if you don't really understand how you're feeling about something. It uses a lot of your energy. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure we get your part straight. But apart from going back to what we were originally talking about, there's not really much more that's new with me. No. Going to my first football game on Saturday. No, I'm not a fan of football. But I agreed to go. I don't really enjoy watching sport all too much. I like watching tennis because I used to play tennis. Oh, actually, I did do something I'll tell you about in a minute. Yeah, so I played tennis growing up. I'm gonna do a humble brag here. So I started obviously in a kids club, and within like 2 or 3 sessions I was so good. They put me in the adults class, and I was the only child at like 8 years old in an adults tennis class. I felt really cool at the time. You can imagine being 8 years old and being put into an adults class. I always tell my mum, because I had to stop going because it was too expensive for my mum to pay. I always tell her I could have been a Wimbledon champion, and you took those dreams from me. It sounds really horrible to say. It's a joke. She knows it's a joke, but well, I mean, there's lots of things I could have done. I did judo growing up. I did judo for 4 or 5 years. I could have been a judo champion. I did horse riding. I did guitar lessons, but I didn't do many of those. Again, it's too expensive. But yeah, so I enjoy watching tennis, and I also enjoy watching the Winter Olympics because I love skiing and snowboarding and things like that. I started skiing when I was not ridiculously young, but quite young. I think I was around 6 or 7. Yeah, I learned on a dry slope, and then my first ski destination was Finland. I'm just going to, because you have the shorter fringe, I'm actually just going to clip that away because it keeps kind of flopping over your face. Yeah, so Finland, I met Santa. Yep, gave him a Christmas list. Saw the Northern Lights, that was beautiful. Oh, God. Sorry about that. You have to forgive me, I lose my train of thought all the time. When I start talking, I just don't stop. Oh, so yeah, that's what I was going to tell you. I played pickleball for the first time the other day. Well, the thing is, I went into it because I also play squash as well. So what's another racket sport to add to the repertoire? So I went into it and I was trying to hit it because it's not like an actual racket, it's a paddle basically. Like a big plastic paddle, and the ball is plastic, like hard plastic almost. I don't really know how to describe it. It's not rubber anyway, and it's not like a tennis ball where it's got weight to it. So the court is a lot smaller than a tennis court, and I was hitting it with the strength that I would hit a tennis ball. So I wasn't particularly good at it to begin with, but once you get used to both the paddle and the ball, it's okay. So hot though, I was so sweaty, and that was a date as well, so you can imagine, like, I had the worst sweat moustache. I probably looked so unappealing. snuck in that I went on a date. I knew you'd pick up on that. Well, I don't date all that often, so... No, I'm not one of those people that's... I don't go around saying, oh, I give up on love. Because I believe in it. I've loved people before. And although that didn't, end in a way that you ever expected it to, I still loved those people once. Doesn't mean I love them anymore, but I did love them. So I know that eventually something will happen. It's more the fact that I don't feel like I have to be loved by somebody. I'm very comfortable with myself, not in a way that I avoid those kinds of things. Nor do I, have anything against people that do. Everyone's got different stories and lived through different things. I've lived through a few things as well. So I don't give up on it, I just don't revolve my whole life around it. It was good, yes, thank you. Okay. We're almost done. Alright, well, you ask me what you want to know and then we'll go from there. Doesn't mean I'm going to tell you though. Yes, it's a man. Just you saying that, I have my 4-year-old nephew. I always, once a year, I do this thing where I kind of interview him, and I always ask him the same question, and I don't know why, it's just always funny to hear the answer from a child. I always say to him, does Auntie deserve to be loved? And in the one I just did, he actually told me no. So I say, does Auntie deserve to be loved? And he goes, no. And I asked him if Auntie did have a boyfriend, what would you want him to be like? And he has another uncle who's gay, and he's called Uncle Gay. So he said, I said, yeah, so if Auntie did have a boyfriend, who do you want, what do you want him to be like? Uncle Gay. I said, a man like Uncle Gay or Uncle Gay? No, Uncle Gay. I have some bad news for you. I'm not sure that's going to work. Need to do your fringe, and then you'll be all done. Sorry about that. waiting to get my wisdom teeth removed as well. That's another thing. What I kept is my lower ones, and I kept, so like every 2 weeks, so it would be 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, it would be so painful. My gum would split and it'd be like this flap of skin, but it would never like come through, so I'd have this excruciating pain. And then I booked to go to the dentist, and he looked at it and he said, where it keeps opening and closing, you've got an infection, and you need to take some antibiotics. And they're so, oh my gosh, they don't agree with me at all. Oh, they just cause havoc with my stomach. And then I was referred to the hospital to have a scan, and I went yesterday. When I got there, oh, I'm sorry, our machine's not working. We don't know when it's going to be working. So I was recommended, they have a sister hospital, so they gave me the information for there. And it is a lot further away, so I didn't go after that. It's funny actually, because when she told me, I was at the desk in front of her already, and when she said, I'm really sorry that the machine's not working and we're not sure when it will be working again, I think she was kind of expecting me to be really angry, and I was like, it's okay, it's not your fault, the machine's not working, but you've given me a solution, you've given me this place I need to go. She was like, oh, thank you so much. It's so sad that people feel like, I mean, yes, it probably would have been nice to have had a heads up, but it's a hospital, incredibly busy, people are overworked, stressed, tired, all of those things, I know. It's so sad that people feel like they have to thank you for being nice when it should just be something that you do. Yeah. I think he was, I don't even know what the extra scan is. I think he thinks potentially an infection in the bone. I really don't know. No clue. But the side of my face, this side especially, keeps swelling up. Okay. It's just one of those things. Just have to take it as it comes and deal with it. There's people going through a lot worse things. Oh yeah, so in the UK, if you're on the NHS, the National Health Service, it's quite a big wait list. Yeah, I think it's like 8 weeks to wait. So from the time that I have the scan, and then I go back to my dentist, and he looks at the scan and figures out what needs to be done, it'll probably be about 8 weeks. Yeah. Such is life. Okay, I think we are done. I'm just going to run the brush through, and we're not doing any styling, so we haven't put that in for today, time-wise. What are you going to do with the rest of your day? Go to bed. Has my conversation been that boring? It's okay. Alright. Good. done. What do you think? I mean, it's not much different, to be honest. It is just the ends that have come off, but it definitely feels much healthier if you run your hands through it. Yeah. Okay. Sorry again for my long tangents. Didn't give you much. I kind of took all the air up in the room. Didn't give you much chance to say something, but maybe my advice helped you a little bit. You're so welcome. I'll see you soon.